Daniel Dubois! What a shot!
I'm sorry. I can't help it, man. I fucking love this. Honestly, I fucking love this game.
What a performance! He couldn't quit! He's missed it! It's over! It's over! The greatest of all time!
Fuck me. I'm sorry for going on like a lunatic, right? But it was unbelievable. And it's funny how this fight all came about, right? The controversy in the last fight, which for me was never controversial. It was a low blow, simple as that. And I don't think we've ever seen Alexander Usyk ever look for an easy way to win. In fact, I think of all the fighters on planet Earth, he is the one who takes the hardest road to win. There's no tune-up fights for Alexander Usyk. It's the biggest fight in a heavier weight than he should even be fighting at. And he makes life harder for himself, not easier. And I think he has proven his character time and time again. But yet he was accused of not being, you know, a real Christian because he was a cheat. He was accused of deserving an Oscar because he was a play actor and robbing Daniel Dubois of what should have rightfully been his, which was a world title. And after the Tyson Fury fight, Daniel Dubois stepped in the ring and called him out. And Alexander Usyk immediately turns to Turki Al-Sheikh and says, Mr. Excellency, make the fight. He had no problem in setting this up. And immediately you kind of think he was in the middle of talking about his, you know, his father, I think at the time. It was an emotional moment. That's a time where when you've accomplished what he's done, you deserve respect. And I think he was disrespected there. And I think he took that personally, in the words of Michael Jordan. Now, in the first round, Alexander Usyk did exactly what he needed to do to Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois coming in with a load of confidence, wanting to be the aggressor, wanting to be the dominant bull that he was against.
He was on form today. He boxed great. He did the right things. He was counter-punching and he was moving well and he wasn't getting caught. And he started off with a jab.
Crazy performance from Alexander Usyk, you know. He stopped the fight early, you know. But I say this before, Daniel Dubois made so much pressure, too much pressure, you know, he not control, and every jab, every right hand is too strong, you know.
He was moving, but when he found the time to be aggressive, he took and maximized on those opportunities.
They said he was too old. They said Daniel Dubois would be different this time, stronger, smarter, more dangerous. But Alexander Usyk didn't just win the rematch, he ended it. In round 5, Usyk delivered a clinical knockout that silenced every critic still hanging on to doubts from their first bout.
And Joseph Parker, we've just seen Alexander Usyk with a destructive performance against Daniel Dubois. Just give me your thoughts on that one.
It was a competitive fight in the beginning, and Daniel did land some good shots, and you know Usyk did feel those shots, but ultimately in the end he broke him down. And Usyk showed a lot more, I think, bad intentions in the shots he was throwing.
I was going to ask you, do you expect him to be that aggressive? The counters?
I know that, listen, Daniel was going to be aggressive, so what did Usyk have to do? He was moving, but when he found the time to be aggressive, he took and maximized on those opportunities.
For you, obviously you were there for a reason. I'm sure you want to get your hands on Alexander Usyk because you want to be in the biggest fights.
It was great to see him win and become two-time unified undisputed champion of the world, and I just waited for my opportunity. I'm going to wait for my opportunity and see if he does give it to me, you know, and hopefully we can get in the ring and share the ring together.
News, delighted to be joined by Ajit Kabayel. Ajit, we have just saw Alexander Usyk score a stunning 5th round stoppage win over Daniel Dubois. Give us your thoughts.
Crazy performance from Alexander Usyk, you know, he stopped the fight early, you know. But I say this before, Daniel Dubois made so much pressure, too much pressure, you know, he not control, and every jab, every right hand is too strong, you know, and he not defends himself. But you see the result, you know, Alexander Usyk stopping fast.
Did it surprise you how early Alexander got the stoppage?
Yes, before the fight, I never say this is he come to stop him so early, you know. But after the first round, I say the fight will never be more than 6-7 rounds.
Ajit, in many people's opinion, you are the #1 heavyweight contender. You would love a shot at Alexander Usyk, right?
Why not? I say this is more time, you know. I hate trash talk. The fans will say Kabayel is ready for Usyk or no.
No controversy this time. No low blows. Just a cold, calculated performance from one of boxing's true masters. Dubois came in swinging. He tried to overwhelm Usyk early, pushing the pace, looking for the big shot. But Usyk, he didn't flinch. He didn't panic. He did what he always does. He downloaded the data, adjusted, and then dismantled.
Guys, it happens again. Alexander Usyk knocked out Daniel Dubois right in front of his home crowd. Dubois came out wild from the opening bell, really trying to bully Usyk. And for a moment it felt like we were in for a war, but by round 3 you could see it. Dubois was gassing out fast. He couldn't keep that pace. Then boom, Usyk lands a clean right. Then a beautiful left hook. Mouthpiece flies. Fight's over. Usyk is once again the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Second time. Insane. But listen, Dubois is only 27. The talent is there. But taking shots, that's a whole different skill. And right now, he's not quite there yet. So what's next? Are we finally getting that Fury trilogy? Or would you rather see Usyk be as Wilder, Zhang, or maybe even Joshua again? Full breakdown in the video below.
Tyson Fury is deeply troubled by the loss or the losses that he took from Alexander Usyk, and it shows. And I think what's motivating Tyson Fury is the fact that he feels that he was cheated. And the crazy thing is, unfortunately for all the people that are in line for that fight with Alexander, the only way that Tyson is going to get any type of opportunity or peace would be for him to get that third fight. And the crazy thing is, it looks like that's the fight that may happen next. And that's exactly why people start to dislike boxing, because there's nothing warranted a fight with Usyk, only empty justification. What I mean by that is, you can justify or make a reason why you deserve a fight with Usyk. Like, I'm the only dude that did it. I'm the only man that beat him. I'm like, did you drop him? Did you have a performance, Tyson, with Usyk in any of those fights like you did with your saga with Derek Chisora or Deontay Wilder? Did you do anything impactful enough to claim victor of these two fights?
By round 3, the difference in class was obvious. Usyk was controlling the pace, slipping shots, firing sharp counters, and stepping around Dubois like he was shadow boxing. And in round 5, he saw the opening. A beautiful right hand, then a left hook that sent Dubois crashing. Fight over, legacy intact. Lennox Lewis called it a display of controlled power.
Talking about his beloved father, and I believe that was behind the venom and the savagery we saw tonight. Because that was almost not like Usyk. That was different level.
We've never seen him load up with a backhand early.
And try so hard to do the other person as much damage as possible. That's not Usyk. And also at the end, you were there, he didn't praise Dubois. He said in sport you lose. He didn't say anything about Daniel's a young man, Daniel can come again, Daniel's a great fighter. He didn't say anything. He just said, he shrugged his shoulders when he was asked the question, and he said, well, you know, in sport you can come again. Think about that.
Brutal. Simple question for you, last one. Does anyone beat him in this era?
You know, Tyson Fury, if he came back and had a really good fight against, I don't know, Usyk Caballero, and got himself really fight fit, and then fought 5 months later, fought him, perhaps the Tyson Fury of his eye-in could cause him a problem. Joseph Parker, who's smart enough, could cause him a problem, and with the big right hand that Joe throws, that could cause him a problem. Usyk Caballero, you can't back anyone against Usyk Caballero. The man's on he's like a magic man. So the answer is, yeah, anyone can be beat, but right now...
Thanks again for your time this week. We've just seen Alexander Usyk produce a stunning 5th round stoppage victory over Daniel Dubois in the rematch. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, listen, he was unbelievable. He was on form today. He boxed great. He did the right things. He was counter-punching, and he was moving well, and he wasn't getting caught. And he started off with a jab, so what can you say?
I spoke to Alexander's cutman, Russ Amber, and he says he felt Daniel Dubois started a bit too fast, a bit too reckless. Is it a sort of a case of you're almost damned if you do, you're damned if you don't? They say you got to stick him on him, but then if you stick him on him too much, you leave the gaps?
Yeah, it's that kind of situation. It's a control violence basically, and control movement, making sure that you don't overcommit. And you know, you got to use speed more than power. So in this fight, it should have been more speed.
Joseph Parker said he was shocked by how dominant it was. Even David Adelaide said it wasn't just about defending titles, it was personal. At 38, Usyk is still making elite heavyweights look lost. Footwork, timing, precision. No one does it like him.
We've just saw Alexander Usyk produce stunning 5th round knockout over Daniel Dubois. Give us your immediate thoughts.
Good fight. I think Usyk keeps proving himself. He gets doubted a lot. And I think he's proven himself so many times that it's kind of crazy that people doubt him. But you got to give credit to Daniel for getting in there. He tried the thing. And more credit to Usyk for pulling it off time and time again.
I just spoke to Ajit Kabayel and he says he feels Daniel, although he was having a bit of success, was maybe a bit overeager and left some gaps. Would you agree with that assessment?
I think Daniel was thinking too much. There's times when I can see Daniel being a bit hesitant. He was sitting there thinking. He did let his right hand go and he did throw a lot of shots, but I think sometimes when you overthink it, you give Usyk too much time. And when you give Usyk time, you kind of let him play at his own sort of pace. Usyk established the jab from like the first 30 seconds, which was, you know, look, like it just shows his level, right?
Was it surprising to you how early the stoppage came? Most pundits were saying Dubois early, Usyk later points, but you know, wasted no time.
He wasted no time. I think in terms of the stoppage, it was definitely the right call. It came in the 5th round. The 5th round. You know what? I'm not surprised because they were fighting at a high work rate. And the pace was high, so yeah, it makes sense.
Fans, Martin Bakoli, man, we've just seen Alexander Usyk with another great performance against Daniel Dubois. Look, that fight at the start, a lot of people thought it was going to be a little bit competitive, and Daniel came out and he looked like he was getting a bit comfortable. But Alexander Usyk does what Alexander Usyk does, and he wins the fight. Did you expect him to stop Daniel Dubois in this way?
Yeah, I said it before the fight. I said it before the fight, even today, before today, that Daniel Dubois would never pass 5 rounds if he kept boxing like the same way he boxed last time he fought Usyk. But he did the same. There was no jab, nothing changed. He deserved the knockout because he never changed something like he's supposed to change.
For Alexander Usyk, what does he do now? He's won everything. He's the best at cruiserweight, the best at heavyweight, faced every big name in the heavyweight division now. What does he do? Do you feel like he's going to still fight one more fight and then that's it? Or do you feel like he should just call it a day?
For me, I don't see him what he's going to look for it because he's done everything. He's the best for right now. For this moment now, he's the best. Retire or keep fighting. He done well, he done amazing. This guy is a machine. So he's the best right now, to be honest.
So now we ask the question again, what's next? A trilogy with Tyson Fury, a high-stakes bout with Wilder or Parker, or maybe Usyk walks away unbeaten and undisputed on his terms.
Man, it was in the first half of the fight. What a performance by Alexander Usyk. And a lot to discuss here, guys. A lot to break down here. First off, Dubois much more successful in the first fight than the second fight. Was the wet ring, did the wet ring have anything to do with it? I saw in the post-fight interview, Dubois was asked about why he couldn't land his jab. What do you guys think? Was obviously Usyk's going to make some adjustments. I think the adjustments are going to be made in rematches, but did the wet ring, because I thought the wet ring had a big part to do with why Usyk had some trouble in that first fight. And a wet ring hurts footwork guys more. I was a footwork guy. I've worked out sometimes in wet rings. It's frustrating. I've actually thrown temper tantrums in gyms over rings being too wet. So back in the day, not now. But what I'm saying is, to fight in a wet ring, that had to have some effect on Usyk and his footwork, because he's a footwork guy. And tonight you just saw his footwork was stupendous, magnificent. Dubois tried to come out pressuring. But, and what he tries to do, he tries to create that panic in you because he's a puncher. So he tries to create that panic to where you start moving too much. And especially at an older Usyk, maybe he'll get tired out by moving too much. But Usyk keeps his steps, his moves so short, so tight. And because they're short and tight, they're not burning a lot of energy, number one. And number two, he's able to throw punches off those moves because they're in so tight that he doesn't really lose the punching distance and punching range, on top of always being well balanced when he makes that sidestep. He likes to make that sidestep a lot to So the right hand is weak side, and you know, he was doing that very, very well tonight. A lot of times he'll make that sidestep without punching. A lot of times he'll sidestep as he's throwing the left hand. Then he varies the left hand with a straight shot around the side. I think that's a really sneaky shot against opposing stand.
Yeah, I mean, I think he went out there with bad intentions, didn't he? I think he was on a mission to prove that, you know, 38 isn't old yet. And I was talking to some other guys, including Richie Woodall, and saying that, you know, like, he's gotten better. If you look at his last 3 fights, the first Fury fight, second Fury fight, and this one, each one has gotten better, you know, more dominating each time. So, you know, age is a number, I guess. When you're in the gym all the time, it takes a long time to age.
When we spoke on Thursday, I could tell you were genuinely confident, but did you believe it could be so early and so conclusive?
No, I'd be lying to you if I said that. You know, I mean, no. I thought it could be dominating. I thought he was doing the things that I think Dubois did what I expected him to do, and Usyk did what I expected him to do. You know, he controlled, moved, waited, but then he started landing hard.
Let me know in the comments, who should Usyk face next? And do you think anyone in the division can actually beat him? Until next time, remember, legends don't talk, they perform.